move this. Yeah, I can move this right up here. Cool. Whoa. Okay. Goodness. Excuse me. on the DS ones. I can't remember which one this one's called though. I'll tell you which one it is. It is Dawn of Sorrow. Oh, you have a partner, I guess? There, I turned it down on my end. Is it alright over here now? Can you hear me now?
They're bringing back Vanilla World for Warcraft. What does that even mean? Oh, like they're gonna redo it in HD, probably like they did StarCraft. That makes some sense. Unfortunately, there's no fucking physical release for it because, you know, Steam destroying the fucking market, man. Ridiculous. We have 5 people watching apparently, so I guess we can go ahead and get into things. Alright. So, first off, I was going to mention about the what is it, Activision? Yeah, Activision's new patent. So, Activision, if you haven't heard about this, Activision has a new patent out where basically it's a system created specifically for microtransactions. And what this does is it pits you in games against players who pay to win, and they will just beat the ever-living fuck out of you. and then it tries to like sponsor it, like tries to tell you to buy the weapon that destroyed you the most, and then after you buy that weapon, they put you into another match where you go against, you know, people who are like what you were, people who aren't paying to win, and you'll just destroy those people, so it'll make you feel good about your purchase and make you want to buy more. fucking stupid ridiculous. But yeah, so that's the new thing. Like, that's another way fucking microtransactions are getting way out of hand right now. And yeah, so I wrote this down. It says there's a recent study about microtransactions saying that reaches $96 billion. $96 billion in a year is how much microtransactions make companies. Fucking insane. I mean, that's tops total, but still, like, 96 million. I guarantee you people spend less on actual fucking video games. It's not necessarily about Star Wars, but it might be in there since Activision. No, that's EA, and I don't think Activision has any properties in EA. I don't believe. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, like another study like shows that all the games with microtransactions, people are not buying them. People buy them up more than most video games. Like, there's like studies to show that like people don't give a fuck if companies just want them to throw money at them. So it doesn't matter how much people dislike it. I mean, it's kind of like the Call of Duty not Modern Warfare, Infinite Warfare. Like, everybody downvoted the shit out of that, and then all the fucking retards who downvoted it just bought it anyways. So yeah, fuck them. And Activision was trying to come back from it, though. Whenever they first, found out about the patent, they were just like, "Oh, that's a sub company out through us, and they were just experimenting with programs to make us money. They're not actually doing that." It's not like Disney necessarily, gave out only licenses to EA. There's I can't remember who was working on another Star Wars game, so. But yeah, Battlefront 2 is gonna have a whole bunch of fucking loot boxes, and Modern Warfare 2, the new Call of Duty game, actually has it. Like, actually has features where it like tries to support you to buy loot crates or loot boxes. Like, you'll throw down a Steam, and like it lets out for the care package, and the care package comes down, and like this is in the middle of everybody. Yeah, we've heard about Visceral getting shut down for sure because single player games don't sell, apparently, is what they said about that bullshit. But as I was saying with like these loot crates, like the loot crates come down in front of everybody, and so basically, it's just like you're showing off, like you're one of the rich kids. You're showing off in front of everybody that you're spending money on this game and you're being amazing. Fucking insane. Yeah, of course, heavy microtransaction games are some of the best-selling games on the market for sure, without a doubt. Like, all the shooters are what everyone's super into, and I mean, even look at PUBG. PUBG is one of the most played games right now, and it's in fucking beta. I don't even know if they'll ever actually release the game because they make way too much money off the people who are already playing it. Yeah, EA's fucking insane. Just like Ubisoft. Just like fucking Ubisoft. And just like Valve. And then they wanna bitch whenever people start doing the same exact thing to them. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, one of the huge problems with games is microtransactions, but, that's just part of a deeper problem, and that is that nobody is out there to make fucking video games. Everyone's out there to make money. Which, I mean, is understandable to a point. You've got a business to run, you've got people to pay, you need to make money for that. But, just exploiting and fucking destroying games as a whole isn't the way to do it. Seriously, if you make a good game, people are going to fucking continue to buy it. I mean, look at, Crash Bandicoot was like the top seller for almost 2 months, I think it was the top selling game. And it's just an HD remake of a good old game. And I mean, you say people are tired of the same old things, but those HD remakes, man, they're making some of the most money. Speaking of which, I didn't really know about this because I'm not sure if they didn't do very good advertising with the .hack GU, but the .hack GU game that came out on the PS4 comes with all the original, or the original 3 or 4 .hack GUs that came out on the PS3 with it. Yeah, it's kind of something else I was kind of wanting to talk about. Was speaking on the remakes of the or HD remakes of older games, but honestly, I wouldn't mind just fucking the older games reprinted as well. I would like a company to remake some of those retro games and put them back in production, especially some of those ones that are just way too fucking expensive for no good reason other than that everybody wants them. I mean, if someone, recarded Earthbound and sold it for $60, an actual publishing company with a box and everything, people would rebuy it easily, even though it isn't fucking worth that much. Everyone wants to make the next Overwatch. I mean, everyone's already made Overwatch. Literally every company has made Overwatch by now. Oh, so do you know about Wells in the games? Yeah, that Wells is the description that they use to Wells is basically what companies use to describe the people who spend super amounts of money on microtransactions. It's based off of the statement, "There's plenty of efficiency," because there are plenty of efficiency, and there's plenty of official buy 1 or 2 microtransactions, but Wells, they're the ones who buy fucking houses worth of microtransactions. Ooh. Fucking all microtransaction talk's making me drink. But yeah, so another thing I was going to talk about was about the 3DS being pretty much dead now. Unfortunately, Nintendo's trying to get everybody to go to 3DS, and unfortunately, I'm probably going to end up having to get myself a Switch. That's what I meant. As Nintendo's trying to get everybody over to the Switch, not the 3DS, obviously, since they're killing it. But yeah, I'm going to end up having to get myself a Switch eventually. And I'm going to have to get the Switch for basically 2 reasons. Because one being, Pokemon. Pokemon's done after Ultra Sun and Moon. There's no more Pokemon games coming out for the DS. Game Freak's already stated that. And then the new Shin Megami Tensei 5, is going to be on fucking Switch. So I have to crack down and get it. I might wait until the Christmas season though, so I get it for super cheap. But yeah, actually that's a thing, is some countries are actually trying to get microtransactions and loot crates listed as gambling, so that kids can't do it and they have to take it out of video games too. Like that, if your game has loot crates, you'll end up automatically going up to an M rating. And I mean, it's somewhat random. I mean, you're gonna see a lot more of people actually buying specific items too. And no, the Switch has not gotten any cheaper, but they do some pretty good bundles now for $380, where you can get the Switch, a game, and then all the stuff you need to play the fucking Switch. Because as you know, the Switch is worthless by itself. Even if you bought the Switch and a game, you couldn't play it, because then you still need an SD card, you still need the fucking controller, you still need a charger for the controller. Just shit's out of hand. But I'll pull it up in the price right now. I think it's at $380 last I checked. It's $360 for the ones that just have the game with it, which is a little bit silly because, I mean, obviously they're just selling it with a game since, you know, it comes with a fucking game. Here's one of the actual bundle crates. I'm not seeing them for some reason. I'm literally just seeing the Switch and a game for 360. Yeah, there's little fucking Joy-Cons too. Are fucking insane. Like, you have to pay $80 for that. Yeah, and China did the law where they have to post the odds, because if you're spending money on it, in China you legally have to know what your chances of are getting that item. So that was pretty cool. So I mean, you are seeing like companies coming out about the microtransactions at least, and trying to break in. Like I said, with Europe right now trying to have it classified as gambling. But the problem with trying to have it classified as gambling too is that the ESRB or PEGI over there can't classify it as gambling. It has to actually be classified by gambling by like the Drug, Alcohol, and Gambling Association. So they have to propose it to them. And yeah, Joy-Cons are fucking worthless. Like, and that's the thing is, if you want to actually play the Switch, you can't use the Joy-Cons that come with it, because the I think the right one that comes with it always will desync. So they're fucking worthless. So you have to immediately buy another controller too, on top of buying the controller to plug the fucking Joy-Cons into, and those Joy-Cons alone are $80 fucking. The controller, I think, to plug them in is $50. Like, it's just fucking insane. That's why I'm trying to wait till the holidays, whenever it all goes down in price and comes bundled together. It's getting fucking insane. I guess they think that they can be super expensive controllers because there's 2 of them in it. Yeah, you need a screen protector on your case, because it'll scratch the fuck out of it. Also, apparently for people who aren't carrying it around and playing with it, people who are just putting it inside the thing, if you leave it in there and play it for too long, it starts to warp, apparently. I don't know about that, but that's something that apparently a few people have been reporting on as well. Yeah, CSGO, they even got in like a whole bunch of legal trouble because the actual CEOs of the gambling site were promoting it, like just falsely promoting it, like showing themselves winning the stuff. It was pretty bad. They I think they went to fucking prison. Either went to prison or they got sued heavily for it. Although, funny information, speaking of CSGO, they recently like released a bunch of information that they had kept secret about Osama bin Laden, and apparently he was a huge weeb, and one game he loved to play was CSGO. So there's jokes about it now, like, you know, that he is always like he would just rage quit every time he played as the counter-terrorists. Yeah, CEOs of a website, of a gambling website. Oh yeah. But I mean, that doesn't make them any less CEOs. I mean, look at Mark Zuckerberg. He was a college kid scamming people. Oh. So another thing I have on the list to talk about is, you know, speaking of dickheads at Ubisoft, is that they ruined their brand new game. And of course I'm talking about the what is it, Assassin's Creed Origins. So they put double protection on their fucking game, and because they put that double DMC, they put the double protection on their game, and because they put, you know, the double down protection, it fucking is just ruining their game, making it run super slow, super glitchy. Like, it's just really fucking it up for people who are playing it. And so basically, like, people went in to try and figure out like why it's running so bad, and that's how they found out that it has, like, you know, doubled down on the protection with the de novo, which, like, if you think about it, is already incredibly fucking stupid, because de novo gets cracked in less than a day. So even and it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to put de novo on there. So first of all, why are you paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars for something that gets cracked in less than a day? And second of all, why are you doubling down on it? What's gonna happen? It'll take twice as long to get cracked. It still gets cracked in one fucking day. Who cares? Everyone's stealing it. Everyone's stealing the goddamn game. Or at least everyone in China is playing it for free. But anyways, it makes no fucking sense why they doubled down on it. And like, so basically people were calling Ubisoft out about it. And so what Ubisoft said is the double protection isn't slowing it down, isn't making it glitchy. That's not the problem. And so basically what Ubisoft is saying whenever they say that is, nah man, game's shit. The game's shit. It's not the double protection. The game is just shit. Like, why does that sound any better? Why do you think that people want your game to be shit as opposed to just be running bad because of the double protection? Like, just take the fucking double protection off. Like, stop being stupid. Fuck. That's Ubisoft, man. Ubisoft, EA, Activision. Fucking ridiculous. And excuse me, I'm gonna get a refill of this drink, and we can keep talking about stupid shit. More news at 11. Yeah. Well, I don't know. De novo's just crap. I don't understand why people keep paying for it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Because, like I said, that is literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you're paying them for absolutely nothing whenever you think about it. Because it doesn't stop anybody. It just stops them for a few seconds. You're really worried about, you know, hackers, just put bans and don't sell your fucking games to China. Or allow your games to even be sold to China. Make it illegal for people to sell your games in China. And then you don't have to worry about people cracking de novo. But speaking of fucking shady shit that companies do, apparently Atlas has gotten super fucking shady. And I'm not just saying that because of the streaming restrictions that they did fairly recently, but with basically even just making videos about like any of their games whatsoever. Like I did a Shin Megami Tensei, or not Shin Megami Tensei, but a Megami Tensei review, franchise review, to help people and to kind of promote Atlus as a whole with the Megami Tensei series. And they marked it with 2 different copyright claims. And the 2 different copyright claims that they had marked it at were on stupid little stuff, basically I did the video talking about a brief description of the game and whether I thought people, whether I thought it was worth buying. And so I put, the intros. I put the intros at the while I was talking about the game. And so the 2 intros that they marked were Persona 3 and Devil Survivor 1. Those were the 2 that they marked, and filed disputes again, or filed claims on me about. So of course I immediately took it off and only put it up on Patreon. So if you want to view it, the only way to view it right now is through Patreon. But I marked it up as that, and then I went to Atlus USA and I sent them a fucking letter and said, "Yo, what the hell's going on here? Why are you claiming my content is yours and trying to make money off of me?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you give us some more information and we'll look into it." So I did, and that was a week or longer ago. And I can tell they're viewing the video because it's unlisted right now, yet it's been viewed 11 fucking times. And the only person who can view it is the one person I have on my fucking Patreon. Skimpy ass motherfuckers. But so that means, employees at Atlus have viewed it 10 times, and I haven't got any kind of message back. They haven't, stopped the copyright claim. So, fuck me, right? I mean, what am I gonna do? Take Atlus USA to court? I'm sure that'll go over well. And for what? For no money? Because I don't make money off of YouTube anyway. Just stupid. Fucking Atlus and their shady shit. Seriously. Which is sad because I really love the company. Or I love the games that they produce, I should say. And yes, the claims are done by bots. But they can drop that shit. And there's no reason that the bots should have, picked up on that stuff anyways. If they had picked up on that stuff, why wouldn't they pick up on every single part of the video and just claim the entire thing was copyright thing? Yeah. No, I had 0 views whenever it was hit by copyright claim. And the thing is, whenever you hit copyright claim, I was doing video intros on one thing. That's the thing. So, see, you can file a dispute, but YouTube really can't do a whole lot about it. Basically, just YouTube will, essentially tell the company, yo, your claim is wrong, and they're saying you're wrong, and then the company just has a chance to take you to court, basically. But anyways, as I was saying previously, I was trying to make intro videos, and I used the first 30 seconds of a song, and I kind of suspected I'd probably get hit with a copyright claim, because music generally does, and I can almost understand it. And I could honestly understand if the artist, had said, "Yo, man, I don't appreciate you using my song with your videos. Don't really care about that. Wouldn't have a problem. Would just take it off, whatever, and use something else." But so instead of just getting hit with a copyright claim and just taking my video down, what they did is they chose to monetize it. They switched it from not being monetized to being monetized, to claim money on it, and then it was unlisted, so they made it listed. So they took the video I had put up that was unlisted. They made people who watched it have to pay to watch it, and then they threw it up on fucking YouTube to put it out there, so that basically they could just make money off of the video that I'd made. It was absolutely fucking insane. And I just took that shit down immediately and changed it. And what I changed it to is working, so we're using that as my new video intro. But yeah, obviously I was super pissed off about that. And of course the company that makes the copyright claim is just, you know, some dickhead producers that, you know, own the fucking people who actually made the music. Yeah, I deleted that video instantly, obviously. Fucking video game and YouTube politics, man. Fucking insane. So yeah, you go ahead and you know, mention some stuff to talk about. Give me some feedback so I'm not just constantly talking here for the most part. Because we got about another 30 minutes, guys. Agreed. YouTube is garbage, which is why I have, you know, a Patreon, but unfortunately, people don't even want to pay $1 to see my content. Oh yeah, and I mean, YouTube's already fairly worthless now. I mean, especially to start a YouTube channel right now, like, for one, as mentioned, you have to deal with patent trolls, and for two, like, what are you gonna do on YouTube that 800 other people aren't already doing, and probably, you know, have been doing for a while and have the money to actually invest more into that? I mean, like, check this out. I'm fucking streaming on a low definition camera I got whenever I was 21. I'm fucking editing my videos on Windows software from Windows 7. And I do have Patreon, so if y'all would like to support my channel, you can go there. But yeah, so for games that are coming out this month, we got Sonic Forces. I will be streaming that for sure. If you haven't already seen, I'm playing Summon Night 6 right now. That's, oh, excuse me, that's actually a pretty super fun game. No loot boxes in Monster Hunter World? In Monster Hunter World for the PS4, you can apparently play as Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. That's gonna be super fucking cool. Oh yeah, Capcom's gonna have DLC on that. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But the other game that's coming out besides Sonic Forces that I'll be streaming is The Inpatient, which if you guys, I know both of y'all played Until Dawn whenever we did that party. The guys who created Until Dawn, they have a new VR game coming out called The Inpatient, and so The Inpatient is fucking horrifying looking. I'll see if I can find a video real quick to show you guys. But it is freaking amazing looking, and I definitely cannot wait. Here we go. Here's an E3 trailer. Here's gameplay. Let's just do the, I guess, do the E3 trailer. Let me find one that's actually like... There we go. This one's actually from PlayStation. I won't have any kind of commentary that I have to worry about.
Roll the tape. I'd like to try it again.
Yeah, I've already got this one pre-ordered, and I'll be getting it later this month. And And I'm only talking through this video so that I don't get hit with fucking copyright claims. And if you look at the people automatically, like, it looks super realistic.
It's just a nightmare.
Got him! No! Get me out of there! Try to visualize the best in the command.
Stream, flag, all the things.
You understand I want what's best for you.
Yeah, so obviously that's super short, but I mean, they didn't show very much about Until Dawn either, whenever that game was coming out. I think just because, like, they want it to be a very new horror experience. So. But I've got a lot of faith in them, especially since they did such an excellent job with Until Dawn. I can't wait for this one to come out. I got this one and then some other horror game that's coming out in the nearish future. Coming out. Let me see if I can find it. What was it called? It was originally going to come out in November 2. Oh, it's Transference. But, like, I think Transference is, like, way behind. You can always trust the creepy doctor, man. He's come to give you your shots. Very much so. Yeah, especially since we actually made it where, like, everybody got to play as the different people. That was plenty fun to do it that way. But it looks like this time you're only playing as yourself, as you're playing as one of the patients. Don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Yeah. Also in the gaming news is that the Dragon Age developer left BioWare, so no more Dragon Age. Fuck me. That was like my favorite game from BioWare. This is one of my favorite RPGs. Shit, it was just so awesome. It was probably the best game that came out that year. Although I'm not sure. I think it might came out pretty early. But it was a damn good game. And the entire series was freaking amazing. So it is definitely sad to hear about the developer leaving BioWare. I'm super disappointed. But, you know, BioWare put someone else on it since they own the IP and fuck it all up. Just like with Prey. Ooh, that's right. They don't get. Well, I don't know if they got scrapped. I mean, it says like the news report said that they quit. So, I mean, it could be they were forced to quit. That's generally how it happens whenever these, you know, developers leave. But it's always hard to tell, especially since, you know, the companies actually make them file non-disclosure acts. Amazon's game? What is Amazon's game that's supposed to be coming? I don't think I've ever heard of this. Oh, I haven't even heard of that, and honestly, I don't think League of Legends honestly does that good. I've heard that like literally 90% of the player base is in South Korea, so yeah, we'll fucking see. Shit. Anyways, so fun news about Patreon. Patreon is about to fuck some of its users in a new way. They're going to make it to where you can't help Patreon. You can't fund people on Patreon if they make adult games. And you know, part of the problem with that is you know, that they get to choose what constitutes as an adult game, and then it's always them just drawing the line and extending it. It just doesn't make any fucking sense why they won't allow people who make adult games to make them money too. I mean, Patreon's already kind of a stupid fucking concept in the first place. It's just, you know, what's known and what can be used to help. I mean, it's kind of like in the same way that people stream using Twitch, because, you know, what other fucking streaming service are you going to use? Or the whole reason game developers put their stuff out on fucking Steam. Because what else are you going to put it on? Just give Steam all your fucking money, because Valve is so amazing, aren't they? The way they destroy everything and everyone. It's alright. Maybe eventually they'll just... the gaming companies will kill off all the fucking retard gamers, and real gamers can, you know, submerge again, and we can have real companies creating real games that people want to pay money for, and not, you know, have to buy microtransactions or pay to win the game. Or pay for the same game over and over again. Good movies coming out? I don't know. I think there was a few coming out that I was interested in. I know there was quite a few coming out that I didn't give a fuck about. Let me see what else new coming out. Oh, has anyone gotten a chance to see the Orville at all yet? Just start my own game studio. Fucking, if we could. If we could. I don't know. After I get my book sold, if we make enough money from that, maybe I'll use it to make my own video game company, and I'll do the stories for them. Then we can have a good video game company. Let me find opening this week. Oh god. Bad Mom's Christmas. Shit. I don't really care about opening this week. What's like upcoming? Yeah, there's always a Star Wars next month. Disney, or I think it's Disney, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Disney. Disney said that they're planning for 10 years of Star Wars. So every single year for the next 10 years, there will be a new Star Wars movie. Well, programming's not that big an issue. If you've got the money, like, Kevin technically can program. And, I mean, it's not, like, that difficult. It's just a bitch. You gotta like math, really, is what it comes down to. Let me not go to IMDb and just do a search for upcoming movies. Okay, that was something. Oh, Daddy's Home 2. That might be decent. Possibly. And then, yeah, Justice League. Definitely not gonna see that. Like, I'm even debating watching it for free when it comes out. Oh god, fucking... have y'all heard at all about the new Jumanji coming out? The new Jumanji is basically like kids playing a retro video game, and they get sucked up into the video game Tron style, and so in the video game they play as different people. You know, they're obviously not themselves, and so hilarity ensues, I'm sure. And then there's a Pitch Perfect 3 coming out. I'm scared. Oh yeah, and there's like the New Mutants coming out, and a Tomb Raider movie. Which the Tomb Raider movie is hilarious because they fucking CGI'd the girl's neck to make it look really fucking ridiculous. But yeah, basically. Didn't like the first Jumanji. What? That is a sin, sir. No, I don't know. I mean, I think I like Jumanji, the original. It was a decent movie, especially like being a kid. I liked it. Freaking Kristen Dunst was in that movie as a kid. I fucking feel old. She was in that movie as a kid, and then in Spider-Man from Sam Raimi, we gotta see her nipples. I feel like a weird old man. You watched it at school? They showed you Jumanji at school? That's kind of messed up. Yeah, guaranteed that. I don't know why they fell so bad in movies nowadays. Like, everyone was talking about how freaking amazing Wonder Woman was. So, like, I finally, got a hold of it and watched it. And I actually did not like that movie at all. And it's not because it had a freaking female actress. It's because everything was horribly CGI. It was slowed down every single other fucking scene. And I called it from the very start. Like, everything that happened, including the main villain. And I kind of called him out as a joke just because I knew he was going to be a bad guy. And he ends up being the main bad guy and was just fucking stupid as Ares. I don't know if they're necessarily all better just because of the way they are shot. I mean, definitely there's something to be learned from, creators of movies back in the old days, like, Fight Club, or what else was there? Seven. Like, there's good ways to do movies, and like, instead people just keep doing the same fucking thing, and we're using too much CGI and slow down and cliches every goddamn second. It's just, there's no creativity. I wouldn't say the close-ups are too much. I think they fucking, like, they just want to keep using some of the same old actors, and they keep doing like these really choppy things with movies. Like, you'll have a character that's just literally walking down a hallway, and they have to, have 3 different cameras from 3 different fucking angles, cutting to each one. It's fucking ridiculous. Or you get, fights where it's just lights flashing and it chopping to everywhere in the scene, so you don't even know what the hell's going on. It's just ridiculous. I actually have not seen Pacific Rim, but I refuse to see the Transformer movies. But who did Pacific Rim? Was that Guillermo del Toro? Is that who did that? Let's see. A lot of the times it's because they fucking cast the actors just because they're big name actors and they don't fit the character they're supposed to play at all. Like, that's not what people want. They don't want that fucking actor. They want that character. Yes, Guillermo del Toro. That did that movie, by the way. Any other questions for the last minute before we end up going? By the way, I'm sorry, the office and I am a mess. I've been dealing with storage literally all day yesterday. I have like blisters and all over my feet and hands. Fucking now we're like reorganizing everything of what we pulled out of storage and trying to sell some of it. So room's a bit of a mess. I'm more than a little bit of a mess. I'm sure drinking didn't help very much either. But yeah, what are some questions? Well, definitely have to watch it now. But I know the new Pacific Rim is coming out here pretty soon, and that's supposed to be like a series now, since it did so well. I've stayed so far away from the comic industry, it's not even funny. It's embarrassing. Like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. The last time I read comics, they had reset the world, both Marvel and DC, for like the 100th fucking time. Iron Man is now Iron Girl, and it's a little black girl named Riri. Some Asian kid is the Hulk. They had Black Spider-Man, the Miles Morales kid, even though Peter Parker was still in the universe as regular Spider-Man, but he is actually Iron Man. He's a billionaire tech industry guy who fucks supermodels. And Batman was not interesting, even though they did have some interesting premises. They just were cut off and ended too soon, and it seemed like nothing got enough development. But I feel like a lot of that is because the comics are just so fucking small too. Like, the comics, there's maybe 10 pages of stuff actually happening, and the rest of it's advertisements, and it ends. So like, it's just really embarrassing. Like, if you read comics back in the days, like the fucking comics I have from the 80s, like, the amount of content that's in one comic literally would reach at least 10 comics today. 10 or more. Like, guaranteed. So I just stopped a lot of it. But the after I'd stopped, there was a quote from Marvel that, they're like, somebody was asking them why the comics weren't doing so well, and they said that diversity killed Marvel Comics. It's like, no, diversity did not kill Marvel Comics. You killing Marvel Comics killed Marvel Comics. Stop fucking up every single character. If you want to have, different genders and different races in your comics, that's fine. Everyone will accept that, guaranteed. But they need to be their own characters. You can't just fucking throw them into characters that already existed and that people have been reading for fucking 30 plus years. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I'm angry at the comic industry as well. But at least I'm out of that now. Anyways, guys, we're at our 1 hour mark, and we're kind of running low on topics to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for making these YouTube lives, kind of worth it. and I'll keep doing them at the beginning of every month. So, you know, find some stuff to talk about next time for sure, and I'll be, of course, keeping an eye out on the news for different stuff for us to talk about. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.